Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do not forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon. And I assure you, you will not be disappointed. Hello everyone, I'm back again with a very important topic. And the topic is how to speak in English. बहुत से बच्चे मुझे लिख के पूछते हैं, मैम, how can I speak in English? मैं इंग्लिश में कैसे बात करूं? And I think it's a very common mistake which a lot of us face, that we are scared to speak in English. English आती है पर words नहीं मिलते, बोल नहीं पाते, घबरा जाते हैं. अब इससे पहले कि मैं इस वीडियो पे और आगे बढ़ूं, फर्स्ट थिंग आई मस्ट क्लैरिफाई इस कि ये वीडियो उन लोगों के लिए है जो इंग्लिश समझते हैं, जिनको इंग्लिश भाषा का मीनिंग समझ में आता है, कौन क्या कह रहा है उसका मतलब समझ में आता है. बोल नहीं पा रहे हैं, दैट्स अनदर इशू, लेकिन उसको इंग्लिश समझ में आती है. दिस वीडियो इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल फॉर दोज जिनको इंग्लिश समझ में ही नहीं आती. जिन बच्चों को इंग्लिश समझ में आती ही नहीं है, ये वीडियो उनको कोई मदद नहीं करेगा. बिकॉज इफ यू हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, तो आपको ये भाषा पहले सीखनी पड़ेगी, और उसके लिए आपको स्कूल लेवल से शुरू करना पड़ेगा, वेयर द फाउंडेशन ऑफ इंग्लिश इज लेड, जिसमें आपको बेसिक इंग्लिश ग्रामर, that is your nouns, your pronouns, your verbs, your adjectives, your tenses, ये सारी चीजें सिखाई जाती हैं. और फिर उनके उस फाउंडेशन के ऊपर आप अपनी इंग्लिश की जो आगे की जर्नी है उसको बेस करते हैं. लेकिन अगर आपको ये बेस ही नहीं है नीचे, यू जस्ट डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द लैंग्वेज, तो आपको मैं सिखाऊंगी भी या ये वीडियो आप देखेंगे भी, तो इसका आपको फायदा नहीं होने वाला. सो इसके लिए आपको पहले बेसिक सीखना पड़ेगा. But for all those children who already know English, they have already gone through the basic English classes, उनको grammar, tenses, ये वो सब आता है. They understand English very well. They can speak, but they are unable to speak. किसी वजह से वो बोल नहीं पा रहे. आता है, इंग्लिश समझ में आता है, इंग्लिश पढ़ पाते हैं, उसका मतलब जान पाते हैं, लेकिन बोल नहीं आते. बोलने की कोशिश भी करते हैं तो घबरा जाते हैं कि उन्हें वर्ड्स नहीं मिलते. So, first clarification, this video is for people who cannot write or understand English, but this is for those who actually know the basics of English and they want to improve on how do I speak in English, right? A problem kya hoti hai, what the basic problem is that we Indians, we use either Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, जो भी आपकी मदर टंग है, हम उसको घर में यूज करते हैं, कॉमन बात करने के लिए हम उसको यूज करते हैं. एंड अ स्मॉल चाइल्ड, जो एक बच्चा होता है, दैट चाइल्ड इज ऑब्जर्विंग देयर पेरेंट्स, द ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स, हाउ दे आर कम्युनिकेटिंग, और वो ऑब्जर्वेशन से धीरे धीरे सीखता है. बच्चे को तो आप नहीं मदर टंग बैठ के सिखाते ना, बट वो हिंदी स्कूल में सीखने से पहले ही घर पे हिंदी सीख लेता है, या बंगाली स्कूल में सीखने से पहले घर में बंगाली सीख लेता है, और बंगाली में बात भी करने लगता है, और पंजाबी में बात भी करने लगता है, बिकॉज ही इज एक्सपोज्ड टू दैट लैंग्वेज फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड. बचपन से वो उस लैंग्वेज को देख रहा है, सुन रहा है, और अपनी फैमिली में लोगों को उस लैंग्वेज में बात करते देखता है. तो अ चाइल्ड बाय ऑब्जर्वेशन, ऑब्जर्व करके, देख देख के, ही पिक्स अप certain words, he understands कि ये words बोलने से ये feedback मिलता है या ये action मिलता है, and the child starts using, for example, hungry, I'm hungry, or I'm thirsty, या pain. So these are the words या जो हिंदी में है, दर्द हो रहा है, भूख लगी है, प्यास लगी है. So child expresses that in the mother tongue. तो हम जो भाषा घर में सीखते हैं, जो बचपन से हम एक्सपोज होते हैं, 24/7 हमारे आसपास रहती है, अनकॉन्शियसली वो हमारी बेसिक, हमारी मेंटालिटी में वो हमारी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग भाषा बन जाती है. एंड देन वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग इन दैट लैंग्वेज. बोल तो रहे हैं वो लैंग्वेज, सोच भी उसी लैंग्वेज में रहे हैं. मेरी बात आपको समझ में आ रही? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप वो कह रहे हैं कि मम्मा मैं जा रही हूँ, आप मेरे पीछे आ जाना, सो यू विल इमेजिन कि मम्मा मैं जा रही हूँ, आप पीछे आ जाना. आप सोच भी हिंदी में रहे हो, because that is the medium you are using, that is the language you are using. If you really want to be a good speaker in English, the first thing you will have to do is, instead of thinking in Hindi and then translating it into English, which is going to be a tough job for you, best is to think in English and talk in English. Remember, I think a movie thi Namak Haram, I think, by where Amitabh Bachchan ji had a dialogue. I walk in English, I talk in English, I speak in English, or something like that, you know. So you have to think in English and you have to talk in English. Similarly, whichever language, जो भी भाषा आप सीख रहे हैं, you have to think in that language and then speak in that language. For example, you know, you may be thinking in Hindi कि मुझे चक्कर आ रहे हैं, and now you have to translate in English. तो आप translate exactly करोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? My head is going round and round and round. You know, चक्कर आ रहे हैं. So when you try to translate it in English, तो there is a barrier. आप exact words नहीं ढूंढ पाते हैं, आप शब्दों के पीछे भागते रहते हैं, and then you use the wrong words to explain that situation. So if you start thinking in English, you will be able to talk in English, और बीच का वो जो ट्रांसलेट करने का बैरियर है वो खत्म हो जाएगा. और इसके लिए you will have to make a conscious effort. You will have to make a conscious effort. ये खुद ब खुद नहीं होगा. जैसे अब आप बोलने से पहले हिंदी में सोच रहे हैं, हिंदी में बोल रहे हैं. Similarly, now you'll have to think in English and then speak in English. And now comes a big confusion. The confusion is your mind will be totally confused between English and Hindi. कुछ इंग्लिश के वर्ड्स आ रहे होंगे, कुछ हिंदी के वर्ड्स आ रहे होंगे. सोचने में भी कुछ इंग्लिश के वर्ड्स आ रहे होंगे, कुछ हिंदी के वर्ड्स आ रहे होंगे. कोई बात नहीं, घबराइए मत. You can start thinking in Hinglish, that is half Hindi, half English to start with. पहला स्टेप, पहला कदम तो उठाएं. कंफ्यूजन से तो बाहर निकलना ही पड़ेगा. So first thing, you have to start thinking in English. कोई बात नहीं, सारे वर्ड्स नहीं आ रहे, कुछ वर्ड्स आ रहे हैं इंग्लिश में, कुछ वर्ड्स आ रहे हैं हिंदी में. At least take the first step. You know, when I'm giving a presentation or when I'm talking to a group of students, I always say, well, do you want me to speak in English? Do you want to speak in Hindi? Or you want me to speak in English? Half Hindi, half English. And everybody raises their hand, ma'am, English, because some people are comfortable in English and some people are comfortable in Hindi. So if you want to break the ice, शुरुआत तो करनी है. So if you want to break the ice, take a small step that, okay, I will think in English and I will speak in English. So आप कुछ words हिंदी, कुछ इंग्लिश के एक्सप्रेस करने शुरू करते हैं. कम से कम एक्सप्रेस करना तो शुरू किया, शुरुआत तो हुई. कोई बात नहीं, शुरुआत हुई. अब हम आगे आगे जब स्टेप्स में जाएंगे तो इसको और पॉलिश करते जाएंगे और रिफाइन करते चले जाएंगे. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग कि हमने ये जो बचपन से हैबिट डाल दी थी, हमको पहले उसको तोड़ना है. टू कम आउट ऑफ अ कंफर्ट जोन. मुझे इंग्लिश आती है, मुझे ग्रामर आती है, मैं अपना एग्जाम उसमें बहुत अच्छे नंबर से पास कर चुका हूँ, मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ बोल पाता हूँ, लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, हिम्मत नहीं होती बोलने की. और जब मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ तो मेरे दिमाग में वर्ड्स नहीं आते. क्यों नहीं आते? वेरी सिंपल. इट्स ऑल योर बैकग्राउंड, इट्स ऑल योर अपब्रिंगिंग, एंड इट्स ऑल व्हाट यू वर ऑब्जर्विंग इन योर चाइल्डहुड, जो आपने पिकअप कर लिया है. दैट यू थिंक इन इंग्लिश एंड देन यू एक्सप्रेस इन इंग्लिश. आई कैनॉट एक्सपेक्ट कि ऑल ऑफ अ सडन मैं आपको बोलूं कि थिंक इन इंग्लिश एंड स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. तो टफ होगा, क्योंकि इतने सालों की हैबिट को आप इतनी जल्दी ब्रेक नहीं कर सकते. देखिए, एक रॉक होती है, एक पत्थर होता है, जब उसको तोड़ रहे होते हैं तो हम तोड़ते रहते तोड़ते रहते तोड़ते रहते तोड़ते रहते हैं, लेकिन लगता है कि वो टूट ही नहीं रही, और अचानक से एक बड़े पत्थर के साथ इवेंचुअली वो टूट जाती है. लेकिन वो जो इतने हमने उसको तोड़ने के लिए जो हथौड़े मारे थे, it actually was weakening that rock. उसको कमजोर बना रहा था. It was weakening that rock, and every time we were hitting that rock, it was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So when you start breaking this habit of thinking and talking in Hindi and trying to convert it thinking and talking in English, then you are breaking the rock. But you cannot break the rock immediately, so you have to go slow. So to start with thinking in English and talking in English, and slowly, as you start getting comfortable with change of your thought process, that picture you create in your brain, slowly, slowly, you'll add more English words to your thought and to your talk, and you will cross over the bridge. I hope that first point is absolutely clear. When you normally see a cricket match or something and you see these big cricketers, most of them are from very humble backgrounds, and some of them actually were not very good in their English language. So when you were seeing their interviews on media, they were fumbling with words because they were not comfortable. But all of a sudden, one day, maybe after some time, when you saw their interviews, they were speaking very nice in English, and you thought कि इतना जल्दी वो सीख कैसे गया? Well, the simple thing is that when such people are in media, they get a lot of chances to practice their talk. Whatever they have learned, they get a chance to keep practicing. And even whether they like it or whether they don't like it, they are thrown into the situations where they have to talk to media. They have to create an image, and they practice and practice and practice and practice, and slowly it becomes a habit. So the second thing you have to do is to practice. So that is the basic difference between a good speaker and maybe a poor speaker in English, is that a good speaker practices जहाँ chance मिलता है वो अपनी English भाषा को use करते हैं. But poor English speakers, they either shy away, वो अपने को ऐसी situation में ही नहीं डालते जहाँ English बोलनी पड़े, and they shy away from such a situation, and they don't get a chance to practice their English. So it is important that you consciously create opportunities for you to speak in English. Maybe when you're in school, where in a classroom, anywhere, start to speak in English wherever possible. If there is some function in your school or college, say, I'm going to anchor the show in English. You have to come out of your comfort zone, because your basics are clear, everything is there. Only thing, confidence is not there. And कहते हैं ना, अगर आपको स्विमिंग सीखनी है तो थ्रो द पर्सन इन वाटर, वो हाथ पैर चला के खुद ही स्विमिंग सीख जाता है. Similarly, you will have to throw yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and only then you will be able to practice your English. So घबराइए मत. You always have a backup plan that, okay, in case I fumble with words, I'll switch to Hinglish and then go back to English and Hinglish and English, because you are still practicing. So shuru mein, even if it is Hinglish, and then slowly from Hinglish to English, it is really going to work for you. Only thing, you have to come out of your comfort zone and practice. आप प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं करते हैं, आप घबरा के आगे कदम बढ़ाते ही नहीं हैं, then how do you expect that you will become fluent in English? Sometimes when you want to practice, there is no one. किससे बात करूं? When in colleges, when I speak to children, they say, ma'am, हम कभी अपने फ्रेंड्स से इंग्लिश में बात करते हैं, जैसे यार शो ऑफ मत कर, और जैसे यार हिंदी नहीं आती क्या तुझे, अंग्रेजी में बोल रहा है. But people don't understand that English is kind of a universal language. दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में चले जाओ, people understand English well. So there is no harm if you learn this language, and it is going to be beneficial for you in a lot of situations, personally and professionally. आपको ऑफिस में भी काम आ सकता है इंग्लिश में आपको बात करना. If you're working for an international firm, we are all getting globalized now, so we need to know this basic language जो सब समझते हैं. So maybe your friends are not supporting, maybe your family is not supporting, they are not cooperating, English में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं आपसे, तो क्या करें? What do you do? Then speak to yourself. खुद से बात करें. कैसे? Just stand in front of a mirror and pick up a topic and start speaking about it. Now, for example, pick up a topic that I'm going to introduce myself to myself. मैं खुद को खुद से introduce करूंगा. So what do I have to tell myself about myself? तो पहले मन में एक ड्राफ्ट बना दीजिए. So when you're making that draft, maybe 10 sentences of who you are, where do you live, what subjects you are studying, what are your hobbies, what you like to do. So create that draft in English in your brain. As I said, think in English, and then look into the mirror and speak to yourself in English. If you are a little uncomfortable, start with English and then switch to English, slowly, adding more and more words in English. So every day, make it a point that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm going to speak to myself on a specific topic. Again, this can be made much easier. For example, so many of you are going for a pageant, right? So in a pageant, now think, what will they ask me? If I'm going for an audition, what do you think they'll ask me? Questions like, what is your name? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time? What is your aim in life? Are you attached to any cause? How do you want to give back to society? Why have you chosen us? What is so unique in you? So come up with 8, 10, 20 questions which you think they are going to be asking me in this situation. If it is pageant, these are 10, 20 questions they may ask me. If it is a professional job I'm going for, interview I'm going for, these are some questions they're going to ask me. If I'm going to with my mother to a party, when I meet people, these are some set of questions they may ask me. So take a paper and pen and a diary and start writing the questions you expect in that particular event or a situation. So when you write those questions, now you know these are the set of questions people may ask me. If I'm going to a party, no one knows me. How do I start a conversation? How do I start talking to people? Okay, maybe I will talk about weather, maybe I'll talk about fashion, maybe I'll talk about food. So then prepare those questions and then practice them in front of mirror. Hi, how are you? Introduce yourself. Hello, everyone, or hi, my name is so and so, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this, that. And not only practice the English, but also practice, as I said in my last video, practice voice modulation, use your body language, and see how nice you look. There is a big warning. People from different cultures, people from different uh, countries have different accents. Americans will speak in a different accent. A European will speak in a different accent, an Australian in a different accent, somebody from New Zealand in a different accent, people from India in a different accent. And sometimes we are in so much of awe, हम इतना admire करते हैं of a particular accent a people is speaking with. But remember, if you try to copy somebody's accent, which is not actually your basic accent, then you look totally confused. I meet so many people who try to copy accent of somebody else who's actually an American, born and brought up there, right from childhood, has picked up that kind of a dialect, and we try to copy that, we will never be successful. And we will look totally fake. I just love to do this. I just love it. If you try to copy that, we cannot do that unless it's in our blood, unless we've stayed in that place for a long time. If you have stayed in that particular country for a long time, while speaking every day with people with the same kind of accent, you tend to pick up that accent, and then your Indian accent disappears and you pick up that accent. But if you have never interacted with those people, you have never been born and brought up in that environment, you cannot actually pick up that accent easily. It's very tough. Somewhere your Indian dialect or Indian accent will definitely come out. So do not try to copy anyone. Be original as you speak in your own way. If you try to copy, you lose your own individuality. So as I was telling you, that you make a list of questions, practice them in front of the mirror, and once you are confident about the answer, now practice it in real. You can ask your friend, to ask you that question, or you can ask help from someone to ask you that question. And when somebody asks you that question, then you answer that in the way you had practiced. So that, and when you get that clap, pat yourself that you've done a good job. Pick another question, try another and another and another, and slowly, with the feedback of someone else and your practice, you will get that confidence. Another point is, do not worry about making mistakes. Most of us, when we started speaking in English, we were making mistakes. When a child is learning to speak in English, they make so many mistakes. And we don't pay attention to that because the child is learning English. So in the same way, don't be judgmental on people. We should never be. If somebody is trying to learn a language, it is natural to make mistakes. So don't be conscious. If you become conscious that, oh, I'm going to make mistakes, oh, somebody's going to laugh at me, fine, let them laugh. It doesn't matter. One day they will laugh, second day they'll laugh, by third day you have improved, fourth day you improve, and one fine day you will be accepted. Even I, when I started learning English, I was good with my written grammar, everything, but I was also scared to speak in English because I come from a small town, Shimla, and people in those days in Shimla, we had a very local kind of people there who were speaking either in Hindi or in Himachali. Very few people were speaking in English except for in college or school. So it was difficult for me to practice. And I then started, I picked up my a habit of reading. And my first book was a book by Enid Blyton, Naughty Amelia Jane. And when I picked up that book, I started reading it aloud. And then when I started reading it aloud, every day I used to tell my dad or my mother, Mom, can I tell you what did I, read in the chapter yesterday? And then I will recite that story to my mother or to my father in my own words, broken words, tuta puta. But my parents always encouraged, very good, you're learning, very good. And slowly and slowly and slowly, it became a habit. And when I used to go to school, I made it a point to try and speak in English so that I get comfortable with the language. In college, a conscious effort, even though somebody's not speaking in English, I will step ahead and try to start the conversation in English so that everybody, gets used to speaking in that language. So sometimes you have to make a conscious effort. The first goal is not to worry about your mistakes. You should be able to express yourself well in English. So stop worrying about the mistakes. The purpose is to use the language to express yourself. There is a difference in written English and spoken English. In written English, you have to be very careful about the grammar, but in spoken English, sometimes you have to concentrate more on picking the right words to express yourself rather than putting your brain onto thinking, oh, is this right noun, is this right pronoun. If you think too much about all that, you will never be able to feel comfortable in spoken English. When you start with English and then slowly, slowly start erasing the Hindi words and replacing them with English words, and then slowly the entire sentence is becoming English, you will slowly, slowly start getting fluent. What is the meaning of fluency? That your English is coming out just like a river. It is not like, when we are watering the plants and there is a kink, कहीं से मुड़ा हुआ है आपका पाइप, तो पानी ठीक से नहीं निकलता है, रुक रुक के निकलता है. So we are fumbling for words. वो जो हमारी जो फ्लो होती है वो अटक जाती है if we are not fluent. So we say and but so we start using words to connect the sentences. Well, if you use too many connecting words, then it is not actually fluency. So fluency is when it just flows like a river. But initially, when you are learning to speak in English, when you're getting comfortable with the language, sometimes when you're switching from English to English, you might find that using words like and or, if, might give you a time to think for the words which you want to use. But using them all the time, maybe three times in one sentence, small sentence, three ifs and buts, then it is not fluency. So slowly, slowly, you will also have to cut down on connecting words. Unless it's extremely necessary to add the connecting word, you would avoid that. So this is how. Work on your fluency rather than thinking about your mistakes or putting too much of stress on grammar. And in my previous video, I had also told you that when you are speaking in certain language, you have to remember where do you have to emphasize the word, where you have to pause, where you have to use silence, and where you have to stress the word. And in English language, it is all the more important. You should know which part of the word you have to stress upon. For example, address and address. So, address is how do you speak to people? How do you call them? That is address. And address is where you live. So address and address. So you should know the difference, which word is to be stressed upon. And that will slowly, slowly come as you start practicing. Another very important thing when you are speaking in English is pronunciation. Sometimes we do not pronounce the word right. And because we cannot pronounce it right, the other person is unable to catch what exactly you're trying to say. And the most difficult thing is to pronounce the words of these designer brands, the international designer brands. And I did come across a video somewhere where somebody was actually teaching you how do you pronounce these specific designer brands so that you impress people with how you speak in English. So once you are fluent, do go check out how do you pronounce those hi-fi brand names properly. So when you are actually wanting to speak in English, first imagine the word and then imagine the expression. Bhavna kya hai is word ke piche. Imagine the expression and then express that expression in words. So actors, when they are given the text, the script, they turn the words to reality. How? By feeling those words and expressing those words in emotions. And that happens when they keep repeating that and they practice that. So then it becomes a part of you. How do you think all these actors who speak in a specific language, maybe in Haryanvi or maybe in Bhojpuri, and they don't know that language, how do you think they pick it up? This is how they pick it up. They turn the text to reality through expression. So focus on the expression. Don't focus on translating word by word by word, because if you put all your focus on translating word by word, then half the time your energy is going there and your energy for spoken English gets dissolved. I was talking about pronunciation. I also wanted to add another point on this is that when you pronounce certain words, your tongue moves in certain direction. It stays somewhere, then it moves somewhere. So to pronounce the word, it's all a tongue game. And sometimes our tongue is not used to it, or we don't give exercise to our tongue. And many a times it's very stubborn. It doesn't want to move in certain way. So the best way to move your tongue and improve your diction is tongue twisters. हम छोटे में बचपन में नहीं कहते थे खड़क सिंह के खड़कने से खड़कती हैं खिड़कियां, खिड़कियों के खड़कने से खड़कता है खड़क सिंह. So what are we doing? We are giving a lot of exercise to our tongue. In English also you have seashells on the seashore, right? So there are a lot of beautiful tongue twisters you will find online. Pick up something which is comfortable, repeat it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Keep doing these exercises for your tongue and you will see your pronunciation and your diction will also improve. Another beautiful way to improve your spoken English is to watch English films, watch English serials, or listen to English songs. And I think music is a great expression. So when you pick up a English song, like this is a very popular song, the one from Titanic. Every night something like that. So just listen to that song, pick up that song, sing along, and unconsciously you'll pick up the exact word, you will pick up the exact way it is pronounced. So if you are fond of music, that's a great way to learn English, because when you sing along and you sing that song again and again and again, you had actually picked up that word, you've learned certain new words. And if you don't like songs, maybe you can start reading the way I started, or and read it aloud if you can. And then, as I said, tell somebody what you read. Or another way is, I said, watch English serials or watch English movies or read newspaper. These are certain way where you can pick up the right words and how people use certain words. You do not have to bother whether you are learning the British accent or the American accent. Or just concentrate on spoken English, whatever is comfortable for you to speak, rather than worrying too much about what dialect I'm picking up. And as you start improving in your language, now you start concentrating on some common mistakes we do, like he is my cousin brother. Now he is there. If he is there, we already know it's a man. Then why do you have to say brother, cousin, brother? So he's my cousin is good enough. And a lot of people do a big mistake by saying, when they're introducing themselves, they say, myself, so and so. Myself, so and so is grammatically wrong. Myself means mine, meri cheezein, possession. You cannot be in possession of your own self. So you have to say I am or my name is. So towards the end, I am going to give you a bonus. Now, this is something most of my students use when they come to me, and this is something I always encourage them, and this is something I personally do. Pick up one word every day, just one word every day, and use that word in your conversation throughout the day. Because when you repeat a word again and again and again, it becomes a part of your memory. So keep repeating that word throughout the day and then write it down, the meaning and everything, that this was your word today. Make a diary, write every day one word. The next day another, the next day another. And you know what? By the end of a year, you have 365 new words to work upon, which you can use in your vocabulary. So to summarize the whole thing, in short, start becoming comfortable in expressing rather than focusing on your grammar or on your mistake. And if you are falling short of words, take a first step with English and slowly, slowly, slowly start adding more English words to your vocabulary. And do not bother about translating everything word by word, because if you think in English, you will be able to talk in English. And I hope this helps you very much. If there's any other topic you want me to focus upon, please do mention it in the messages below, and I'll get back to you with that video very soon. Till then, take care, stay safe, and stay positive.